Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a chill day today. I think Q1 is going to be a great quarter for crypto.com, and by extension I think it's also going to be a great quarter for all of us that are farming on the Cronos chain. And in this video I'll show you guys which pools I'm farming and how I'm aiming to extract maximum value from this opportunity. Now, if you're new to the Cronos chain or DeFi farming in general, I encourage you guys to watch the previous video I made where I cover numerous farms and share all my insights. The link to that video can be found in the description below. In fact, I would click it right now so you guys don't forget to click it after watching this video. And if you guys needed further assistance or guidance when it comes to DeFi farming, you should definitely join my community of like-minded individuals by clicking the Discord link in the description below. There you'll find an entire channel dedicated to strictly Cronos related conversations. Or if Discord isn't your thing, at a minimum you guys should give me a follow on Twitter. It's a great way for you guys to get industry highlights and also learn about the latest farms deployed on Cronos. So make sure to pause the video, click on the Discord link, and also click the link to my Twitter profile to give me a follow. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Alright, let's get this video started. So the two pools that I'm personally farming include Crow/Shib and Crow/Atom. Now, if you watched the previous video that I made on Cronos, I shared a bunch of farms with you guys. And typically what happens with these farms is that the yields get diluted very quickly because the token that they have that they're disseminating to people gets inflated away really quickly as the TVL increases, causing people to rush and dump the token because they don't want to be the last ones to sell. So what I typically do is if I see a new yield opportunity that's very lucrative, I'll just farm for a few days to a week, and every few days or every few hours, depending on my availability, I'll immediately sell the farm token for more Crow tokens. And I'll take those Crow tokens and put it into this money market protocol called Tectonic. And currently you're getting a yield of 8%, and it's boosted with their native token Tectonic for an additional 16%. So you're basically getting 24% on your Crow tokens by depositing it in this money market protocol. And on a side note, if you guys end up borrowing against your collateral, you're actually getting paid to borrow. So for example, the borrow rate here is 10.72, but currently they're giving you a yield boost in hopes of incentivizing users to take out a loan. And so if you're paying 10% and you're getting paid 18%, you're netting 8% for borrowing against your collateral. So anyhow, I basically consolidated all my farms. I ended up just committing to VVS because it gets a little bit cumbersome having your assets deposited across 4 to 5 different protocols. And for the most part here on VVS, the yields have been somewhat sustained. Initially, like any other farm, they'll come out in the triple digit range, upwards of 200 to 300%. But unlike those farms, over time, the yields have been somewhat stable. So for example, the Crow/Atom pair that I've been farming for the last week has been roughly around 115 to 130%. The Crow/Shib pair that I'm farming has stayed around 80 to 90% for the last few weeks. And on a side note, like I mentioned in my previous video, I think behind the scenes, crypto.com is supporting this platform. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this TVL came from the crypto.com folks. Because after this protocol launch, I noticed that the TVL was incredibly high. It was in the $100 million range. In my experience, that's highly unusual, especially for a newly launched DeFi protocol. Also, the VVS token was supported on the crypto.com app very quickly. In fact, I think it's the only DeFi protocol token on Cronos chain that's also supported within the crypto.com app. And lastly, the protocol itself is also natively supported in the crypto.com DeFi wallet app. Now, I can't prove that this is the case, but I strongly suspect that it is. And the reason why I wanted to take the time to explain that to you guys is because part of my strategy is keeping half of the VVS that I farm. Now, typically what you see with yield farming opportunities when it comes to the respective governance tokens is that initially you'll see a big sell-off, and then that'll be followed by a bounce because people are providing liquidity to the native token pools like Crow/VVS, VVS/USDC, because those pools provide a higher yield. Then whales who are farming stablecoins or Ethereum-based pairs, WBTC-based pairs, they'll start selling them to go ahead and lock in profits because they're only interested in accumulating more stablecoins or their preferred assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Only a handful of projects ever see their tokens make a comeback. Now, with VVS, given that I think the crypto.com team is supporting them behind the scenes, I have a feeling that this token could potentially end up producing decent returns. For example, if in fact they're actually supporting the TVL that you see here, they're probably not going to dump the token. They're probably just going to take that VVS and recycle it within the ecosystem. And soon they're going to be launching initial gem offerings, which is basically the equivalent of an initial DEX offering. And there you're going to have to stake a minimum of 1 million VVS for at least 7 days before the sale. And to participate in the IGO, you're going to have to pay in VVS/CRO LP token. You'll have to provide liquidity to this pool here, the VVS/CRO pool, and commit your purchase intention by staking VVS/CRO LP tokens in the IGO smart contract. So anybody that wants to participate in these IGOs, number one, has to buy some VVS tokens and just stake them in the glitter mine. And number two, they have to buy them and also buy CRO tokens, provide liquidity in order to purchase the actual IGO token. Now, there's no guarantee here, but I think something like that could produce a tremendous amount of demand for the VVS token. And you couple that with the fact that CRO/VVS is its most liquid pair. In other words, it means that the price of CRO and VVS should be somewhat correlated. Well, in that setting, I think VVS has the potential to mirror what we saw with Cake token on PancakeSwap. Now, it's not one of my high conviction trades, but you have to recognize that I'm getting these VVS tokens for free, and I'm actually converting half of them into CRO tokens and depositing those CRO tokens here on Tectonic. This way, I'm capturing some gains in case my thesis on VVS doesn't play out, but also since I'm farming these VVS tokens, I'm essentially getting to bet for free. And I think the analogy or comparison with PancakeSwap is fair, because if you think about it, part of the reason why PancakeSwap or BSC, the Binance Smart Chain in general, did extremely well was because the Binance exchange made it really easy for people to bridge over their assets to the Binance Smart Chain. When withdrawing, people had the option to withdraw the tokens as BEP20 into their Binance Smart Chain wallets. And on top of that, with the Trust Wallet, it made it really easy for people who didn't have desktops to easily interact with assets on the Binance Smart Chain. And with Crypto.com and Cronos, we're witnessing something similar. Except in this case, they make it easy to withdraw your assets into the Crypto.com DeFi wallet, which they can subsequently use to interact with DeFi protocols on Cronos, or they could send their assets to, let's say, MetaMask and use that wallet instead. The point being here that in both cases, they made it very easy for users to onboard and start interacting with DeFi protocols. So anyway, that's part of my thesis for selling half my VVS for CRO tokens, earning a yield on them, and also just keeping half of my VVS tokens and sticking them here in the mine vault. Now let me explain why I chose these two pools as opposed to the other ones. Initially, I started out with the CRO/ETH pool, but later I moved that liquidity over here to CRO/SHIB, and that's because I think the meme coins at some point will make a run, and SHIB will end up outperforming Ethereum. I'm definitely planning to take some profits after SHIB pumps, and I'll probably end up rotating those profits into a stablecoin pool. Now, for this pair here, I was actually farming on Osmosis Zone. Currently, I'm making approximately $500 a day there. If you guys are bullish on the entire Cosmos ecosystem, I highly recommend that you watch the recent video that I published on Osmosis Zone. You can find the link to that video in the description below. And here on Osmosis, I was earning 51% APR, and I was subject to a 7-day unbonding period. So when VVS Finance started supporting the same pair, without an unbonding period, it was a no-brainer for me to switch over. Personally, I think Q1 to Q2 are going to be great quarters for the Cosmos network, and so I have a decent amount of money on Osmosis, and I also have a sizable balance here on VVS. And to me, this pair makes sense because I think both tokens have the potential to go up another 3 to 10x before this cycle tops. So since I'm bullish on both the tokens, provided that they appreciate at a similar rate, I'll be hedged against impermanent loss, but also I'll be earning this fat yield of 114%. Now, I know that was a lot to take in, but if you guys have any questions, any concerns, or if you guys needed me to go over the basics, let me know in the comment section below. I've been making DeFi videos for a long time, so I'm assuming that people that are watching these videos have some experience yield farming. But if that isn't the case for you, let me know. That way in future videos, I can cover or review topics that I've covered in the past. Now, I understand that DeFi farming can be very tedious and cumbersome, and that's why I started this project called Samurai Monkeys. It's an NFT project that I'll be launching on Avalanche within the next month or two. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to pool capital and use that capital to farm on DeFi protocols. And we're going to use the yield generated to purchase assets in GameFi, in the metaverse, and we're going to be focused on assets that have the potential to produce passive income. And at some point, we're going to start sharing the passive income we're earning with NFT holders. So it's a great opportunity for individuals who don't have the time to research everything, but are interested in DeFi, GameFi, and the metaverse. So if this piques your interest and you guys want to learn more, go ahead and give the Samurai Monkeys a follow on Twitter, and definitely join the Discord channel, because over the next month, we're going to be giving away opportunities for people to whitelist for the sale. And also, it's a great place to ask questions if you guys have any. Well, that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.